Good evening and welcome to Sports. I'm Maura Sheridan. Boy, how the time flies. Just 3 more regular season games left for Syracuse basketball. 2 ranked opponents, 2 away games, 1 goal. Building that NCAA tournament resume. A chance for a much needed signature win for the Orange tonight at number 5 Duke. But traveling to Cameron Indoor, it's no easy task.
I just talked to Coach Audra Smith, and just like you guys were saying, she said you gotta know where Gabby Cooper is on the floor at all times. She told her team to just calm down, stick their hands up, and get out for 3-point shooters. She said Syracuse has so many weapons, but you definitely gotta watch out for Gabrielle Cooper. 20 underclassmen on this Great Danes roster, 8 freshmen, only 4 upperclassmen. This is a young team, but they're going to be ready to go against a high-ranked Syracuse team. Team effort right now offensively. What have you seen from your team that you like so far?
Listen, we got some balance. You know, we gotta stay out of foul trouble. Anytime we get up down the court and stop fouling and stay out of foul trouble, we're gonna be much better off.
Going into the half with a big lead, what has to happen for your team to secure this win?
Well, we gotta come out and play hard in the second half. We gotta come out in the third quarter and play aggressive and be physical.
All right, thanks so much, Coach. Back to you guys.
Well, the Syracuse men's lacrosse team in desperate need of redemption today. Last week, the Orange took a 12-goal loss at the hands of Albany. A fresh start in the Carrier Dome today, but yet another tough opponent for number 14 Cuse, battling number 9 Army. Not a great start for SU in this one. Things looked bleak for Cuse for most of the contest. Fast forward to the third quarter, Army's Connor Glancy with the crease roll whips it in. He's got a hat trick, and Army takes a commanding 7-2 lead, but Syracuse rallies. Stephen Rayfus with the one-handed finish. Cuse cuts the lead to 3. Now in the fourth quarter, lead just at 1. Nate Solomon, Brendan Bomberry ties it up with the acrobatic finish. Take a look at this. That is a beaut between the legs. You might see that one on SportsCenter tonight. So we're headed to overtime. Just kidding, 3 overtime, thanks to SU's goalie Dom Madonna with a pair of clutch saves to keep SU alive. Third OT, Madonna with the perfect clear to Ryan Simmons. Full speed ahead, game over. Ryan Simmons with the winning goal. Give Dom Madonna the assist. Number 14 Cuse beats number 9 Army 11-10 in the most exciting fashion. And let's hear from the hero himself, Ryan Simmons.
A midweek top 10 matchup. What more can you ask for? Lemoyne point guard Michaela Roberts is just 5'1". She sure stands out every time she takes the court.
Michaela Roberts checks in for the Dolphins.
Undersized and underappreciated, the CNS grad only got 1 college offer. That offer was from Lemoyne coach Dina Castelli, who took a little convincing.
She's so small, you know. I had to watch her a lot of times to say, like, could she play at this level?
The risk paid off. Last year, Roberts was NE10 Rookie of the Year. In her sophomore season this year, the point guard is averaging a team-high 14 points a game and 5 assists. The reason? Well, I'll let her tell you.
I'm pretty fast. I have a pretty quick first step, so I use that to my advantage, and I have a pretty decent outside jump shot. If they back off, I'll shoot over them.
3 for Michaela Roberts.
Roberts is being modest. Her 42% average from behind the arc is second best in the NE10. And while the local product will never be taller than 5'1", she has grown up a little in her almost 2 seasons at Lemoyne.
Probably coming in, I was probably a little bit immature. I didn't really understand how my attitude could affect the whole team. And this year I'm learning a lot, and I'm a point guard, so a lot of people look at me, so I have to try to keep calm in crazy situations.
Well, a crazy situation coming up this weekend as number 2 Lemoyne hosts number 3 St. Anselm in the first round of the NE10 tournament.
Not one of those banners is for a women's basketball NE10 championship, but although being very small, Roberts is dreaming big.
The goal is to win the NE10, and I really want to make it to the NCAA tournament.
Going into the playoffs, Roberts says she's going to live by a pretty cool piece of advice she got from her grandfather.
Keep shooting.
Maura Sheridan, NCC News. Thanks so much. Here with Laura Herf, and to say it was a stellar week for her last week would be a bit of an understatement. Let's start with making the U.S. women's national team. What was your reaction when you found out that you had made it?
To be honest, at first when she told me, I I kind of just was like out of it. I didn't really realize what she was saying at first, and I mean, it's a dream of mine, and I've wanted this since I was like in middle school. So to actually be able to make the team is something I've dreamed of, and it was an amazing feeling. And I just called my mom and was like screaming the whole time. So yeah, it was just awesome.
And you've said that your mom was the reason that you kind of got into field hockey. So what was her reaction when you told her this news?
And there is Dave Padgett on the left, acting head coach of Louisville, battling Syracuse for the first time. So Frank Howard introduces himself, drains the three. He would shoot 3 for 5 from deep. The Orange down early, though. More first half action. Merrick Dolezaj looks down low to O'Shea Brissett. Up and under, slams it home. SU up 8, then of course Battle. Don't let him get that first step. He'll beat you every single time. Syracuse really taking it to Dave Padgett and Louisville on the road. SU enters the half up 9. Oh wait, the buzzer beater from Darius Perry. Now just a 2-possession game at the half. On to the second. Battle off the screen. That's a mismatch. The sophomore rattles it in. Cuse with a 10-point lead. The Cardinals, though, they're not going to just go away. Anis Mahmoud underneath the little hook shot. Louisville mounting a comeback within 5. But if anyone knows how to silence a comeback, it's this guy. Tyus Battle, the 15-footer. Just under a minute left now. Battle, can he seal the deal? No, Merrick Dolezaj can, though. And Syracuse doesn't on the road. The Cuse defeats Louisville 78-73. And Jim Boeheim is pretty pleased with this offensive turnaround. Notre Dame in the Final Four, UConn undefeated on this year. Does anyone have a chance? It's hard to go against Coach K in the tournament. He has 5 national championships. So I'm going to go with Duke. They're the 2 seed. They have a great mix of a lot of freshmen, Marvin Bagley, Wendell Carter, very talented freshmen. And then you have that senior in Grayson Allen, who's been there before, was a huge part of the national championship run in 2015. So they have a great mix of talent. I think they're just a team to be reckoned with in the tournament, especially when you have a guy like Coach K at the helm.
Well, I talked to assistant coach for Syracuse, Von Reed, and he said to get over that hurdle, they're 0-4 in away games in the ACC. To get over that hurdle, they just need to get more comfortable on the road. There's 12 newcomers on this Syracuse team, and so in the 3rd and 4th quarters, they start to crumble a little bit, said Reed. And so he says once they win that first ACC game, he thinks it's going to be a domino effect, and they're really honing in on BC to be that team to beat first.
Yeah, at 17 years old, you're going to make decisions and then change your mind. It happens all the time, especially when you're 17 years old. So it's totally understandable. I don't think Syracuse fans should hate on him. It's just time to move on from it. However, I think he's going to be the tester child of, can this G League developmental league actually work? Like in baseball, where you can just go pro or go to college for 3 years. I think that's where the NBA and college basketball is headed. And if this works out for Darius Bazley, then it's going to be an argument for why this can work. If it doesn't, it's going to be an argument of why college basketball can serve as that developmental league. Right. So I think, again, he's a tester child, and you just kind of wish him the best, because if it goes wrong, he's going to be the person that everybody looks to kind of prove a point.
You've just established consistency. How have you done that in your first year at Cuse?
I would just say confidence and trusting in my teammates and them trusting in me. The chemistry on the floor is great, and I think if we keep doing that, we'll be able to go far. So yeah.
Speaking of your teammates, everybody got involved in this win. What was it like to see some of the walk-ons get in at the end of the game?
Yeah, that's a great feeling. We're also happy for them, and we just want the best for them, just as much as anyone else. So.
You guys are 11-0 at home. What is it about this building that brings success for you guys?
Yeah, I think it's great, the atmosphere, our fans, and just, not having to travel and be on a plane for so long. But yeah, all of those brings us energy.
Thanks so much, and congrats on the win today.
And it's going to be a very rare 18-year-old that's ready for the NBA, right? Yeah. All right, thanks so much, Tommy and Nick. Coming up here, we'll take a look at the Syracuse men's lacrosse season. Don't go anywhere.